I'm trying to get the YouTube channels up. I'm wanting to upload this on on my channel and our channel.
On
Wabona.
both channels.
Yes,
Why?
so that the channels can move nyana.
Hmm.
Yeah. Vele for one, um I have an e-commerce store. I've been doing e-commerce and creating websites for a long time now. I've gone to China, done imports of products, sold them, etc. And I've had an interest of selling merchandise. Every YouTuber, if you know the whole YouTube business, once you garner a following or you can see potential for a following in the future, if you really want to make this worthwhile for you, one of the things you'll end up pursuing is merchandising, right? So, with regards to merchandising, what was I saying, Wanape?
You're explaining as to why you're going to post this video on both
Yes,
channels.
yes, yes. So, I have an e-commerce website, ne? And it's possible to link your YouTube channel to your store so that underneath your video, it shows the merchandise that you're selling. Now, when I was looking inside YouTube Studio, I noticed that they wanted you to have 1,000 subscribers on your channel for it to be monetized before you can plug a store in. So I was like, okay, I've got the store ready. I want to plug it onto my YouTube channel, but it's not monetized yet. I haven't been consistent enough, though it has been the fastest growing content I've done recently, ever since the new sort of content. It's really been moving. And I'll just let that go. And I said, man, I can't go towards working on a channel, right now. But then the YouTube people changed the rules and said that if you've got 600 subscribers, which I have, and you've posted 3 videos in the last month, then your store can appear underneath there if I've
Okay.
read it properly. So so I'm thinking of shooting this video, posting it on our channel for it to
Nah.
move because it's you and me talking. I when people would love to see us again.
They would
Wouldn't you
love to
love to
see
see
us
us,
again,
guys?
but I don't think this kind of setup or this kind of thing that we're trying aligns with the foundation that we've built for
On our
our
channel.
channel, right? But you can post it on your channel, which is a good thing because ever since we started talking, we've been talking about we've been talking about you. You see, which is
No,
a
but
good
we're gonna
thing.
move. Well, we're actually gonna move. I've got topics here. You
Mm.
know what I'll do, ne? I will post this on 2 channels, and I will sort of take this whole recording and kind of split it into maybe a part one and a part two, maybe even a part three, because I want to fill those 3 videos when I baby that
You
you're
can
asking for.
feel those 3 videos. Let us just focus on you doing that, and then we'll go back to our own channel. I don't think it's a good idea to do what we're doing right now for our channel
What? But why when I baby? Because I can remember I
because we've
told you
set up a different foundation for our channel, and now it's probably misaligning.
it's not
We
misaligning. You are used to the whole hello and welcome to Apulus. That whole very formal wedding type setup. Me, I've always I told you, Karmus baby, let's
No, we don't
switch it
have
up
to. We can switch
and
it up, but not in this
make
kind of
it.
manner.
I even told you I want it to be very rough style, like this, like
No.
conversational, like normal, like this.
Mm.
Yes.
I still don't think it's a great idea, but let's try.
I think people in the comments are already loving it like
Yeah,
this
let's hear from the
because
people in the comments.
it's already posted in
I
the
don't,
future.
yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, I can be wrong, but hey, I'm just putting out my honest thoughts.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a good idea, but
Uh,
yeah.
I think you love it. So
Mm.
now, when I work, mm, I want to ask a question. Is marriage worth it? Tell us, Itumeleng, is marriage worth it?
Even So you have to be formal like that, velo karwang hoster. But either
Do you like my
way,
character, babe? My personality? If I was to be funky, fast, and all up like this,
I don't have to get used to it. But at some point it gets annoying, honestly. But I'll just have to get used to it.
it gets annoying.
Yeah.
What is annoying about it?
Cause I'm not that kind of a person, Maban. I'm not very aki chacharach, guys, you know, bona. So
Mm-hmm.
kana ko tsheding batho ba chacharach na bang ano ya bona. So
How, babe? So if I was to be high energetic, be
yeah.
full of life,
No,
it'll
it'll
take
be a
some
good
getting used to,
thing,
ne?
ne? Yeah, it'll take some time for me to get used to it because I'm not used to kind of those kind of people, you know, when I'm not exposed to it, but so you know, when so
Wherever,
and
let me ask you about an incident, Nyana, ne? There was a time where you had some friends, Nyana, ne? And they invited you over to their place. It was a couple, ne? And you sort of invited me along, although I never really gel like that with your friends. I don't have
yeah.
much by way of friends myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you invited me over to their place there,
Mm,
they played music
mm.
and you started dancing, ne?
Yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was shocked
Yeah,
by
I
you
can turn up.
dancing.
Yeah, no, I can turn up, guys.
You
That's a
can turn
thing.
up.
Yes, I can. When I say or akirate it doesn't mean ori nka se kgone hore ke dule le bona at all. Hobane
Shake it, turn
me,
up.
yes, guys, I'm fun. I have a fun side.
Ah,
How batung?
Lebukwele.
Yes, okay. What's wrong with turning up? I can turn up. But I'm never gonna turn up at a club, zugu zugu. No.
Mm.
But you know, gatherings, close friends, families, we are gathered together, and it's time for us to dance. You know, those kind of dances, botu bopo, bo, old
Baby,
rocks.
look
I
at
would,
how,
I would turn up to that.
tell me, man, look at how shocked we are at each other for these extreme
Character
sides,
sides.
yeah, extreme ends of character. I mean, it's no surprise for no one to just dance. I get it.
Yeah,
But it's not an everyday thing, especially
yeah.
for the two of us.
You've probably never seen me dance. It's probably your first time seeing me dance that day.
Yeah, I've never seen you
It's
dance.
because we've never been in a place. None no idea. We've never been very adventurous and outgoing,
You
fun.
think we don't know each other's more extreme sides?
I don't think not even I don't think I know that we don't. I don't know you. You don't know me on that part.
Where is that side of you? Why isn't it out showing up?
Cause it's not an everyday part of me. You
We
understand?
fihlile.
No, it's not even horiki fitlile, guys. Like I say, you see.
For those who don't know, we fihlile is, are you hiding it in case I don't put subtitles?
No, I'm not hiding it in any way. I'm not really hiding it. It's that how do I even put this, guys?
Mm-hmm.
I don't turn up every day. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to parties. You see those kind of
Mm-hmm.
things. But invite me and let us be jolly, you know? And then you start playing music and you say, let's dance. I'll dance with you. You see, let's start playing games. That's a thing. Maybe if
Okay, turn up, you don't mean like you can get really insane, crazy. Oh, can you?
no, I can't. Like meaning go
You just
namela
mean like you're
ditafula.
able to have a jolly mood, a
Yes, I'm even
festive,
I'm able to have
celebratory mood
fun
when
when
there's
it's
a
needed.
celebration being had.
Yes, I'm able to have fun when it's needed. Yes, that's what I mean when I can
Oh,
turn
now
up.
I
I can
can't
turn
dance
up.
or none like
You
that.
see?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got some very good skills of dancing, but hey,
Uh,
yeah.
did I ask you if marriage is worth it?
Yeah, you were asking me if marriage is really worth it. Yeah, marriage
And
is
how did
worth
we
it.
end up now talking about you
You
dancing?
just digressed to a part of you. I don't know how we got there, but hey, let's just get back to the point.
Okay. Oh, I don't know how we got there, but I asked you if you like my personality. I think I was joking around with you. It's how I asked you the question.
Oh
Do me,
yes.
tell
Do
us,
me, tell us.
is marriage worth it?
Yeah, I do think marriage is worth it. It's one institution or one a relationship, you'd never want to trade for anything. And why do I say this? I say this because um once you get into marriage, right?
Yes.
There is a part where you're gonna yourself, your me as to me, got
Yes.
revealed of who I am, you know, my background, how it molded my character, the traumas that I've went through. So it deposed a lot of my flaws where I need to you work on my character, work on my habits, work on my traits,
Mm-hmm.
work on my flaws, you see. And it also teaches you how to love. It's one institution that teaches you how to love
Mm.
and forgive.
Mm.
So that's why I say it's worth it, because it's a relationship like no other, you see,
Yes.
because it teaches you a lot of principles in life, whereas you also need those kind of principles for any other relationship outside of your marriage
Mm.
if you're looking to make good relations.
Now tell me this when I baby, ne?
Mm-hmm.
TikTok is all the rage, full of clips of women who have been previously married who are now divorced,
Mm-hmm.
and they're sharing stories about how difficult it was, why they stayed
Mm-hmm.
despite red flags, despite abuse, despite this and that. Some went into marriage, having been friends. Let's say there was one lady, she
Mm-hmm.
trended quite a lot with a green top, skinny one, so with a
Mm-hmm.
razor cut. She was trending for talking about how she had a lot of male friends before she got married. And so when she got married, she expected that she could still hang out with those male friends. And there was
What?
a day that she actually missed her ex, and she called the ex, and she claims that she was faithful and pure during that. And her husband accused her of being a cheater and all of these things. So, babe, my question all in all is that
Mm.
no woman seems to speak about the hardships and troubles of marriage while they're in it. It's a very difficult thing to do, despite that there's now podcasts and voices are being given to women and men to talk about their problems, despite the fact that there's all of these avenues for people to talk about all of their problems.
Mm.
Marital problems are only discussed after the marriage is finished. Everybody, while they're in it, they claim that it's nice, etc. So I'm sure that there's people probably watching right now thinking, yeah, it's those married people again. You'll never hear them say anything wrong about marriage. They always tell you that
Mm.
it's this institution. If you listen to them, but it's an institution. Eh?
Yeah, and there's a reason why we call it an institution, because it's a covenant, you see. It's a relation more than any other relation. I don't know how to describe it, but that's why I use the terminology institution, because there is a lot of sacrificing that will be needed in a marriage. There's a lot of compromising. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
serving that is needed. So as a person, when you are in, I don't want to use the wrong words, because we live in a society that can just pick up one word and run ahead with it.
Yes, they'll say an
So
institution is a jail.
I wouldn't say that, only if you are probably a irrational person who
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to really use their minds properly to think, then you'd say it's a jail,
Mm.
because you wouldn't want to listen to the context that I'm giving you when I say it's an institution.
So
Listen to
what's
what I
bad about
say.
marriage? Just if there is something bad about it, what's bad
There is a
about
lot
it?
of bad things that happen in marriage, guys, but the overall thing is that the marriage is a beautiful thing, but there is a lot of bad things that happen in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Those people who are going outside now when they're divorced to speak badly about marriage, you see, I think they're just vocalizing out their traumas and everything like that, but
Mm.
they are speaking about true things that happen in marriage, right? Which is in any relationship. The thing is that people don't really want to understand and get that in any relationship there is always the bad side.
Like in
There's
a
never a good
family, in
side.
an
Even
upbringing,
exactly,
one
even
told.
with you and your sibling.
Yes.
There's a reason why I use even the
No one can say,
institution.
family is an old thing.
Exactly.
That thing has been failing.
Yes.
Fathers have been abusing. Mothers have been drinking. Look at how they are, leaving their kids and going to dance. So now we have to
Yeah.
leave marriage we have to leave
No.
family in the past.
There is a lot of things that you guys are gonna fight about in marriage. So giving one example of this lady who was saying that she used to have male friends, and she when she got married she still expected for her to
What do you think
actually
of that actually?
I think that is outrightly, I don't want to say outrightly ridiculous, but it sounds very ridiculous because why would you want to be surrounded by a lot of men as a married woman?
So you're not prepared to say it is a ridiculous thing to do?
It is a ridiculous thing to do.
Or a king to prevent a woman from contacting her ex? Is it toxic, king? Do people
You don't, the
expect that a
thing is
marriage
that
these days should allow that? And maybe it's
my
actually awkward to say that is ridiculous.
no, it's not awkward to say that, right? My point is that your husband should probably never get to a point where he's preventing you from speaking to those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should be willingly be able to understand what it's inappropriate,
Mm,
right? As a man, as a woman who is married to another man
mm.
and you're surrounded by other men. Okay, then let's turn off the wheels, because this is where things tend to get sour. Is that should you now expect, let's say your husband now marries you and still stays in contact with her ex-girlfriend?
His ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, his ex-girlfriend. Yes, thank you.
Mm,
How would you feel about that? No person would ever say that I'm okay with that. You'd be naive to say that.
mm.
You see? But I think because we never want to be in a situation where we are able to say, treat the other person, you see, how you'd expect for them to treat you.
Yes.
And it should be the same for the other individual as well. It should
Mm,
be a two-way thing.
yeah.
It should never be a one-sided,
Mm.
you see? But a lot of women that you find now bashing on marriage, they're the women who are actually bashing out on marriage with real problems that they never sought out to really try and resolve, you see.
What do you mean?
Um let's say you're not given the example, okay, let's use another example of these women who say that they want to be Miss Independence in a marriage and everything like that. They never want to bear kids, they want to focus on their careers and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing to do that, but you should be able to compromise yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to sacrifice at some point
Mm.
for the sake of the relationship that you're in.
Yeah.
So let me make another example. Your mother, being your mother, she probably sacrificed um some things in her life so that you can be the person that you are today.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you not able to also just sacrifice, compromise
Mm.
some certain things in your life so that you can make sure that your union is at peace, is joyful, rather than wanting to always hold on to arrogance of saying that I will never compromise, I will never sacrifice, I will never do this. Then it's probably you saying that I will never, I look for a better word.
Okay, but Bewak, tell me this. That woman, ne? If we're
Mm-hmm.
still talking about her,
Mm-hmm.
as she said that she wanted to call back her ex, ne? Or she was missing her ex. What would you say is innocent about that if she's claiming that it was all innocent? Or do you think that woman has certainly and outright lied to everyone? Is there something that is patently prima facie suspicious and stinky about wanting to call your ex, actually
Um,
missing him?
I don't understand why. Okay, number one, from my own perspective, is that I don't understand why would you miss your ex,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you are married to another man and you still have an ex that you miss, and you even have the bravery of wanting to contact that ex.
Mm-hmm.
Number one is that as you miss him, what do you miss him? When you call him, what are you gonna tell him? You're gonna tell him that you miss him. Then the next the next follow-up question or conversation is gonna be what? Let's hook up, let's meet, then what?
Then we were hoteling, but
You
she
see.
wants to tell
So
us
that is
that
the
it was just
problem. It's not innocent.
friendly.
It's not friendly. It's not innocent. You cannot miss your ex. If you miss your ex, pray for your last to be to be crucified. Cause you are in another thing. Wabona.
Sure.
You cannot miss your ex. Is that, let's just take the logic as it goes. You miss your ex, and let's say then you call him and he picks up and he says that he's still single, and you tell him that you miss him. Then what's the next question?
Manje wena baby, tell me, what are you leaving behind in 2023?
What am I leaving behind?
Yes.
Yo,